Hey guys, Ponce here, and if anyone's been wondering what I've been up to the last few days, well, it's Diablo 3. So I've been playing this character about 2-3 days now. He does roughly Torment 10 plus kind of rifts. When I'm soloing, and I can go up to about 46 on these greater rifts, so I'll just kind of show what he does. On level 45, greater rift. This one shouldn't be too much problem. Now he's super blast canny, so you know, it's possible I'll die, but fine. I tend to kill stuff pretty quickly. So he does roughly 200 to 300,000 damage per shot, and then it like double shoots. It hits everything twice, as long as they're below 60% HP. Using mostly multi-shot. If anyone's interested in the actual build, I'll go over the items and my skills and stuff at the end. I mean, this rip won't take too long, so we'll do the action first. If you're kind of interested in the nuts and bolts behind things. Nothing too complicated. As far as I can tell, it's actually a fairly standard kind of build. It just sort of organically developed that way on my end, and I just kind of used skills and said, wow, this one is good, and then I would get some items, and it would make it go, wow, this item makes this stuff absurd now. So, yeah. I've only been on this a few days. It seems to have come together relatively quickly. I'll be using my skills a bit more efficiently. So I can more or less kind of infinitely stealth. Well, not infinitely. There's a small pause between smokescreen uses, and so long as I'm smokescreen/stealth, I'm immune to damage. So that's my form of survivability. Because you can see if anything like hits me, I like basically die. This is sort of the limit of where I can actually take one hit of damage. Anything above Torment 10, I start to die in like one hit. At least here I can take one, sometimes two shots, depending on what it is. So I have a little bit of leeway. Elite packs can still one-shot me here in Torment 10, so need to watch for that.
Need more time.
This by no means is like a finished build. It's obviously only a few days in, so it's kind of a work in progress, if you will. Does that reflect damage? Whoa, 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 whoa. No, it's not reflect. Oh, it's Jailer. That's what's dealing some of the damage. Okay. Just to kind of preemptively block that.
I wish I could do that.
Ooh.
I am renewed.
Let's grab that real quick. Dead yet? God, this guy's annoying.
Rip these brutes to shreds.
Okay, so that took care of him. Let's grab that. It was kind of an annoying minion, so it wasted a bit of time. We'll still finish this rift on time, no problem. Just kind of set this back a little bit. In fact, I don't actually need to kill these things, do I? They're just sort of in the way. Oh, my discipline is really low. I have the full, I forget what the set is called, but it's the thing that the more discipline you have, the more damage you have. So actually, I do need to kind of save my discipline for a little bit. Not use it. Let's let Conduit carry us for a little while. Again, so because of the build, Conduit actually doesn't deal that much damage. Normally, you know, Conduit's the thing you just kind of you get and it murders everything around you. I think it's based off your base stats, and it's just kind of, who's that guy? That's actually Reflect. The Reflect damage is the one annoying thing. If I was doing a higher Torment, and I was trying to, you know, do things in time before the timer runs out, I'd probably skip a Reflect pack, so we'll do it anyway. Ooh, almost rolled into the thing. That's the one danger of this. I can press a wrong button and it will instantly kill me. Oh yeah, so as I was saying, Conduit actually isn't that huge of a boon for me. My regular attacks actually deal more damage, it seems like. Because, you know, if I get the double shot, it deals roughly 1 billion damage. I could get the damage a lot higher on this by getting some items, which we'll talk about at the end. But I do want some survivability, so... Like, I could probably actually conditionally double what I'm doing, or more than double, actually. I could get it doing 200% more damage with the Convention of Elements, or whatever the hell it's called, but that's not always up anyway. For those of you guys who know what I'm talking about, I will explain that. The rest of you, I'll explain what's going on with that at the end.
Not ready yet.
I think those guys can one-shot me even at this torment level. The charging things. That's the other thing. Like anything that can like charge at me and deal massive damage is problematic. Ghosts are really annoying as well because they'll just do that ranged attack and I can't really avoid it and they'll come through walls. So it's mainly stuff like that that'll make stuff at the higher torments particularly annoying because they can just show up. Here they're manageable, but... Alright. Of course, in a group situation, this character would probably work a lot better, simply because I could stand behind a tank and just unload on things non-stop. So... it's probably, like, reliably, you know, and contribute extremely usefully to people, on, like, a greater rift 50+, I would imagine. I'm not sure, I've never done anything that high. I haven't done too many group rifts in general, so... where are we going here? This is going like a bit slow. I'm taking it a bit cautious since I am, you know, recording this and trying to talk to you guys at the same time, but... you don't get much of... whoops. See, wrong button. You don't get too much of a margin of error. Like, pressing that roll button incorrectly there could have just got me killed. Instantaneously. Okay, there's a bossy dude. Oop.
Need more time. I am renewed.
My discipline's starting to get low, so I'm doing significantly less damage.
Hatred.
He's dead. Don't need to really worry about the rest. Okay, we're good. What's over here anyway? I'm just not gonna roll for anything. Lacunis can leap on me and yeah, deal damage. That's the other thing. If I actually take damage at all, it lowers my DPS significantly because of the whole hatred thing. That's another thing in the build I'll show you guys later. Basically, so long as I don't take damage, my resources cost a lot less. They cost a lot less anyway, but... Oh, of course, for those of you guys familiar with what gear is supposed to look like just the actual, you know, how my character looks, how he looks is not what he's wearing at all. Like, I've transmogrified everything to sort of what I thought looked kind of neat, but... instead of just, Marauder set, that's the one I'm wearing. Yeah, instead of just like a full Marauder look. And those of you guys familiar with Demon Hunters probably figured out long ago that is what I'm wearing when I started talking about discipline, but...
I don't like the look of that. Not ready yet.
Whoa! See, that's what I mean. Stuff can instantly kill me. So, of course, this is not hardcore. I'll talk about that... actually, I could probably talk about that in general as well. So, yeah, I stopped paying attention. Like, I started thinking about like, what I was going to say next or something, and something just blew up on me instantly. So, yeah, normally I do play hardcore in Diablo, but this season, I'm actually in the Man vs. Game Guild, or clan. I got an invite to that, or rather, I applied to that, I suppose, and it was accepted. Kind enough to let me in. Because I'm subscribed over to this channel. So, yeah, and everyone was kind of in softcore, so I was like, well, you know, I'm in this thing anyway, I may as well just, you know, do what everyone else is doing. And, you know, it's a different experience. I haven't done it in a while, so... neat stuff. Like, I don't have to worry about things like what happened earlier.
Your fear betrays you.
Especially as a demon hunter, not looking at the screen for 2 seconds and then suddenly you're dead kind of thing. Now, of course, I could have a lot more survivability if I want to, but more or less what I've done here is I've just kind of beelined straight to being able to do high-ish tier rifts, like, as quickly as possible. So I skipped out more or less on defense, and a demon hunter definitely has the option of doing that. It's what I did, yeah, it's basically what I did with the character, or with my no, actually it was my second character, on, shortly after Diablo was first released, right around the time the Real Money Auction House came out, because if I recall correctly, what the hell was it? Real Money Auction House was not implemented, like, right away. There was, like, a small lag time, a couple weeks, I think it was? I don't remember exactly how long. So yeah, I played the game through normally on a monk, And then I rolled a Demon Hunter to like be able to farm really easily. And the idea was kind of like this, except even more extreme, where literally everything would one-shot my Demon Hunter because he was purely spec towards offense. Like he didn't have a single defensive stat on him, I don't think. Or if he did, it was purely kind of incidental. And so I would farm Whimsyshire, which is that, you know, like this game's equivalent of, or at the time, the equivalent to the cow level. Let me just kill this elite pack and I'll finish that story. I really hit that guy. That would have one-shot me. Okay, there we go. So yeah, the Whimsyshire. This was at the time when Diablo was actually legitimately really hard, like before they patched all that craziness out. And basically no one could kind of get gear, and the complaint was you had to use the real money auction house, except for a very small minority of people like me who could do very weird things and farm it. Well, some people had the gear to tank and farm. I mean, I didn't want to bother doing that. That was too much of an investment. Plus, I was a Demon Hunter anyway. It was a bit hard to do. So, yeah, what I did was I would go to the portal on Whimsyshire, so basically the entrance, and then I would go in, and then I would hit the smoke screen, and then I'd unload absolutely everything on an elite pack, which I'd drag back to the portal, and then I think at the time, smoke screen didn't have a cooldown on it, so you could just keep spamming it until you ran out of discipline. So I would go in and out of the portal over and over and over again, and just kind of like cheat mobs out like that. And because I had such high DPS, it wouldn't take too long, you know, to kill a crazy strong elite pack. And yeah, basically I was just kind of getting gear that most of the population couldn't get, and I sold stuff on the real money auction house that way. So that's my story. That took longer than I thought it would to tell, but anyway, kind of difficult while playing this at the same time. Okay, what are we doing here? Is this rift done yet? Almost. Because afterwards I gotta show the builds and stuff, right? I promised that.
Your fear betrays
Anyone is still watching, and perhaps they've skipped ahead to the end. Alright, where is the boss?
Still waiting.
Not where is the boss, but when is he? How are we gonna? I don't know how we're gonna make him spawn. Basically, I just want the boss to spawn. I'm kind of done with fighting these trash packs here. The loot tends to be pretty decent. All the gems I use, the legendary gem things you get from the Greater Rifts, those have Jesus, another reflect pack. Damn, like this rift hates me. Like if this was a higher tier, like if this was 56, I don't think I would have finished it. Like, I mean, I guess I could have tried skipping all these packs, but it would have been annoying. Oh, whoops. Yeah, see, that's what I mean by reflect. I'll die right away. If I'm not looking at my health. So again, you know, for efficiency's sake, normally I just skip reflect packs, because or you can do it slowly by waiting for the cooldown every time on smoke screen, because you don't take damage on the smoke screen. Even reflect damage is avoided. So this should... No, yeah. Oh my god, one more thing. Okay. This is actually going to be kind of close. I mean, I'll get it, but it'll be kind of close. Because the boss should die relatively quickly. Choker. Try not to choke at the end here. Dark. I gotta kind of pay attention for a minute here, because he'll actually one-shot me with the green thing he shoots over. So I gotta like watch when he's shooting it. All the cooldowns. Oh, a minute countdown. This is gonna be exciting and very close, right? Not really. Oh. If I died there, I might have not actually... Actually, no, I would have made it. My respawn time was 15 seconds. I think 15 or 20, so it would have been fine, but... yeah, no, it would have been fine. It would have been just really close. So yeah, like I said, slightly inefficient, me doing it kind of slowly while talking to you guys, but you know, that's the idea behind the character there.
My name is Ash. When the gem, you have a gem. You have
Actually, no, it's not fully maxed out. I haven't... Oh, no, I did... Never mind, I did max everything out. So actually, I don't know what I'm going to max next. Maybe this thing might be useful. I don't know. Couple points to do. I'll think about it later. It doesn't really matter. Like I said, I have all 3 gem slots equipped on the jewelry. So let's get the hell out. Actually, let's first let's level. For anyone curious, like this is just pretty standard stuff. I could put it into Dex if I want, but it's in Hatred for now. So these 2 things here, these 2 things here. 3 damage. Doesn't really matter. Okay, let's get the hell out of here, and I'll show you guys my items and skills and stuff. Okay, so yeah, abilities are Smokescreen with the extra duration, cooldown Lingering Fog, Vault with, it stuns people and there's a reason for that, I'll explain it in a minute, so when I vault through people it stuns them. Companion is the Wolf one. It was really fun when I had the other set. Wait, no, I'm not wearing Marauders, never mind. I said I was using Marauders, it's not. I'm using a Unhallowed set, so scratch what I said earlier. When I was using partially Marauders, when I was just kind of getting gear, it was a lot of fun when I had lots of, like, the full companion thing, but I don't have that anymore, unfortunately. Vengeance just for, like, extra hatred regeneration, and, you know, a little bit of extra damage is nice. Entangling Shot for reasons. This is not ideal, but I'll take it. And multi-shot is, you know, as you've seen, that's where all my damage comes from. It's the rocket version. And I have that paired up with Ambush, Ballistics, Night Stalker, and Leech for the hell of it. This could be basically a lot of other things, but it just kind of makes it a bit easier for me. Actually, I just put that in yesterday, or last night. Before it used to be, I think, Archery for a bit of extra damage. In terms of my gear, we are rocking the Yang's Recurve. I got a pretty good one. It's legendary. So as you can see, resources are reduces all resource costs by 45%. That's pretty key. Like, that's the main reason why my thing costs basically nothing. Like, if I had another bow on there, this would be costing a lot more. I wouldn't be able to spam the whatchamacallit, the multi-shot nearly as much. And that's pretty important because multi-shot hits enemies below 59% health twice because of the Dead Man's Legacy. And as a result of my Unhallowed Essence set, basically the previous stuff isn't too important, the previous 2 sets, but the 6 set bonus, your generators and multi-shot deal 15% increased damage for every point of discipline. Now, that's pretty significant. So, actually, it's gone down for some reason. I think I swapped something out. I must have, because I used to have 70 discipline. But, yeah, so, I'm not sure what I did, but it should be 70. So let's go off of the old 70 here. So we'll just do some math. We're going to bring the calculator over here. So as you guys can see, it was 15% for, so times by 70. So if I have max discipline times 15, my multi-shot deals 1,000% more damage, or 1,050% more damage, roughly. Now, of course, it's not always going to be max, but it's going to be pretty close simply because, again, Yang's Recurve makes discipline costs really cheap as well. So as you can see, I can roll around pretty much all day, and it doesn't really burn my thing. And those of you guys familiar with Demon Hunters, if I was rolling so much, you know, I'd be out of discipline by now. Same deal with the Smokescreen. Normally costs a lot. Basically, it's more or less free. Now, this is further aided by the fact that, I'll get to the rest of my gear in a second here, but this is further aided by this thing here, Pride's Fall. Your resource costs are reduced by 30% after not taking damage for 5 seconds. So generally speaking, as you guys can see, I stand back and then press Smokescreen, in which case I don't take damage. And you know, that's why I'm saying I try not to take damage, not because it just kills me, but also because it reduces my DPS significantly. In addition to that, we have Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac, so reduce the remaining cooldowns of one of your skills by 1 second when you hit with a resource spending attack. So basically, since I'm spamming multi-shot all the time, it's continuously refreshing the cooldowns by 1 second. I think it's random which one it'll select, but you know, I only have 3 skills: Vengeance, Companion, and Smokescreen that go on cooldown. So basically, all I need is Smokescreen for when I'm using this, for it to hit or proc on Smokescreen once, and I get it back immediately. I just press Smokescreen again, and it's free, so I just keep spamming it. More or less free. And of course, it's always nice to get it on the companion, since when I press it, I get 30% extra damage from the Wolf Howl, and Vengeance is, well, Vengeance, that's great. The extra hatred regeneration is awesome, damage boost and all that. So yeah, that's how that works there. The rest of my gear, again, that's just general, what's it called, unhallowed set. I mean, I'll let you guys look at it. There's nothing too significant here. It's standard stuff. Here's my other major damage source, which is Focus and Unity, the whole set. Those of you guys familiar with the game know what Focus and Unity is. Nothing too weird here. But basically, every time I attack with a normal hatred-generating attack, which is my left-click entangling shot, I get 50% extra damage. Or every time it hits something, I get 50% extra damage. 50% extra damage. And every time I use a resource spending attack, which is my multi-shot, I get 50% extra damage. So it's 100% extra damage for my rings. We have Raps of Clarity, which is kind of whatever. It's nice. It's not integral, but I do take 30% less damage for 5 seconds every time I use my entangling shot. Raps of Clarity, as you can see right there, 5 seconds. Belt is just kind of a whatever belt. It's a DPS boost. And oh yeah, Haunt of Vaso, however that's pronounced. That's why I have the stun on the roll, because I basically have no other way of stunning people, like, reliably. I could do a bunch of weird stuff with lightning damage, but it messes with the build, so I don't do that. So yeah, it gives me a little clone guy. I mean, it's not necessary. It just happens to be this is the best amulet I have, and it's, you know, an okay bonus. So that's that. Oh, and for those of you guys wondering why I have entangling shot, it's just because I don't really have a good transmuted thing to put on here with the cube. Like, this is all I have, and enemies snared by your entangling shot take 25% extra damage from all sources, which is not terrible. I mean, ideally I'd like something a bit better, maybe like a Calamity Mark for Death thing or something like that, and then I could swap this entangling shot out for something else. Now, I was also considering taking at some point and be called a weak, but I mean, I don't really hit people with entangling shot enough. I just kind of fire it off, and I'm not really looking where it's going. So with a 20% extra from culling, whatever it's called, or what is it? Okay, a Cull a week would be nice, but I'd have to work it in there, maybe replace Leech or something. So yeah, that's the idea behind the build there. I think I covered pretty much everything. Hope you guys found this informative and or possibly interesting. Oh, I know this is probably, like, legendaries really, generally speaking, don't matter to me at this point. I mean, it's possible this might be something really good, but I'm sure there's people who get really annoyed if I didn't identify these. It would just, like, mess with their OCD or something. So, that one is that. Garbage. This one is a Focus. That's nice. Unfortunately, I already have Focus, but, you know. Oh, actually, I never... I finally got this thing. That's kind of funny. It's not... Probably not worth... immune to the knockback and stun effects. I could probably actually maybe use the set. 500 extra vitality. And I'll work with it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, that's it. I'll be back to League of Legends and streaming stuff soon. But yeah, you guys can blame Man vs. Game for getting me hooked on this game again. For a little bit anyway. So yeah, check out Man vs. Game. Why don't I put his I mean, you guys know who he is. I'll put his with his Twitch channel in the description below. Hopefully he doesn't mind. I'll take it out if he doesn't and happens to see this, but he won't. So yeah, I don't know. You guys know who that is, right? I don't know. If Twitch had some sort of Creathan mythology because it was, you know, it was a civilization or something, Man vs. Game would be like, I don't know, some sort of patriarch-like figure. I don't know, like a Moses or something. But anyway, that has nothing. This has nothing to do with Diablo. I'm getting out of here. See you guys around.